All right, patterns and mirrors. So currently I have this sketch. And if you've ever seen YouTube videos of woodworking, sometimes you'll have a piece of wood similar to this shape, like one side of a frame, and they'll be connected together by these little bow ties down here. And essentially, these bow ties, they just basically hold everything in place. And you can't pull them. They'd break before the thing comes apart. Well, anyways, I have a piece similar to this just ready to work with. So we get our view back to the top. We are still in the sketch here, and notice that I have one of the bow ties done down in the bottom middle, and I need one up in the top right here. So how can we do that? Well, you can mirror entities. So if you look at this little information panel, it says mirror selected entities about a center line or planar reference. Now, what that means is it needs a center line. Now, this is a bit more of an advanced maneuver, but you can go up into the top left on your sketch selections, and you can make a center line. So if I just collect center line, on the left side, there's options. So it can be an infinite length, midpoint line, or for construction. In this case, we don't need infinite length. It doesn't really matter if we did infinite length or not, it'd still be the same thing. So this piece here, it is an awkward piece, but it's going to be mirrored across the center line of this piece here. So if we just make that, we have a center line there and our entities down here. Now that that is the case, we can mirror our entities. So if we select our entities to mirror, we can zoom in a little bit. We can select the wrong ones. Okay. We can box select and see we have everything selected down there, and everything that we want highlighted is highlighted. So we can copy them, or if we don't select copy, it's just going to make these disappear afterwards. But we want them to be copied. Zoom back out. Okay. We can mirror about, and we select that construction line. And it gives us a little highlight of what it will look like. So the yellow is what it is going to eventually look like. Put that down, and then we can mirror it. We hit check and mirror. And so our sketch is still fully defined. Um, and if it wasn't, we could go and if everything was where we knew it should be. We could go back up here, and there's a fully defined option whenever it isn't fully defined under this tab. So now that we have that done, now we can exit our sketch. We can go to features. We can make it thicker, and we can select this. So we want to select specific sketch contours. We want to leave that out. Did I select it? Yeah. Well, we're going to have to do this in two different steps. We want to select this contour here. So we're just going to hit check. We're going to make it half an inch thick. Okay. And now we have this piece here. It's a good piece, but it doesn't have our little bow ties yet. We want to show the sketch. Show the sketch. We have everything we want. And now we can extrude cut. This might be a little bit more practice from the last one. Extruded cut. And as you can see, we don't want it to go that way. So on direction one, we can reverse the direction. We want it to cut. And yeah, we can actually select the other one as well. We should be able to. Yeah. Here, select that as well. We should be able to hit check. And now those pieces are gone, just the way we want them to be. So now that we have this piece, how can we make a full frame? And so that's an interesting problem some people have. But with the mirror function up here, we can select mirror, and then we can, it asks us a mirror face slash plane. And that face we want to mirror this piece on. This piece is going to make, with four of them, is going to make a square. So you go here. You might be able to select two. It's fine. We should only need one. And then bodies to mirror. This is technically a solid body. So we select that. Then we have this. And the yellow is, like I said again, it's going to be a preview. So what's interesting here is you can merge the solids. There's a whole bunch of options here. So I'm not going to merge the solids solely because when you merge the solids, it all becomes one piece, and then it becomes more difficult to export one of these pieces later on. So if we just cut extrude that, or the body we selected is our cut extrude. We don't want to merge the solids. We're not going to knit the surfaces. And what that does, I think it kind of like stitches them together in a way. Um, we just hit check mark, and now we have two bodies just like this. So now, as you can see, you could fit one of those bow tie pieces that's meant to fit in this space, put it in, and it would stay together. Don't ask how you'd manufacture that, but we're going to do the same thing again, but this time I'm going to teach you how to do a linear pattern. And you can do the same thing in a linear pattern mirror. Um, I'm not going to get into sketch-driven pattern, table, or fill pattern, all the stuff like that. Circular pattern, it revolves it around a circle. Linear pattern, I'll just show you real quick. Direction one, you can select a edge. We don't want a selection two or direction two. Um, okay, I guess we're not doing that. But essentially, you just select a part, and you'd be able to pattern it um, like 5 feet down or whatnot. There's an intro to CAD assignment in 1761 where you'll have to pattern, and it's a very useful thing, but many times it's not useful on the Baja car because it's not very repetitive throughout the chassis. You might use it for uh, topology, for like a skid plate or something to lighten it, but that's besides the point. Once again, we're going to mirror face. We're going to select one of these faces. And bodies to mirror, you can select more than one body at a time. And since they're both mirroring over this plane, technically a plane is infinite in a mathematical sense, unless it's defined, but in this program it's not. The plane goes all the way, it's forever. So they're both mirrored around this plane. We're not going to merge the solids. And we're just going to hit check. And then you have your kind of frame base where you can eventually add little bow ties that would keep this all together.